about your relationship with Drake. Tell me about your friendship. How did this all come about?
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, I miss you so much. I was like, I miss you more. He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely going to go and see him. I'm so excited, yeah.
You and Drake? That's awesome. That's awesome.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys. He helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
It is unfair to lump him in with R. Kelly.
I never lumped him in.
So, but I know that we had said is Drake the new R. Kelly.
Okay, fair enough. But here's my thing. Okay. Because what I mean by the new R. Kelly, are we giving him a pass for doing inappropriate stuff because of who he is? That's what I mean by I'm not accusing Drake of being the monster that R. Kelly was. Right. But I am saying, are we giving him a pass and not holding him accountable because of who he is when he has some... At least we can say there's some questionable activities with girls that are under 18.
Because if he worked for the DMV, we'd be like, who is this creepy guy doing this?
Yes. But because he makes fire songs and stuff, are we giving him the same pass from accountability that we gave to R. Kelly?
What up? It's your boy Doughboy.
And I'm KevOnStage, and you are watching and or listening to Righteous and
Ratcheto,
a weekly podcast with my good friend Anthony Doughboy Belcher.
Yeah.
We do this podcast where we talk about everything and nothing at the same time. Sometimes silly stuff, sometimes serious stuff. Although most of our episodes have had a good dose of seriousness in it.
Yeah, but we like to mix it up with the jokes. We like to cut the jokes.
We'll cut it with a little joke.
A little bit. And we also got to let people know with Righteous and Ratchet, the meaning of it and what it means. All of us are a little righteous. All of us are a little ratchet.
A little ratchet.
There's no judgment here.
There's no judgment here.
We are officially back. This is our second episode of the year.
Of the new year. And all the people want to know is, how is Doughboy? I had a show in D.C. earlier this week.
Really?
Yeah, Oh, yeah. Bowie, Maryland showed up and people was taking pictures and they was like, how is Doughboy?
Wow.
I need to know. I was praying for him.
I
love him.
I did see that. So we want to do a quick update of the last episode.
Paternity Gate.
The Paternity Gate, if there's Doughboy the
Hold
father.
on, let me stop you real quick.
Okay.
Let me tell y'all, they was mad at me for opening it long. I ain't really had no...
You've never done a
I never had
DNA
no
test.
experience with opening paternity tests. And this man's life was hanging in the balance.
Yes.
I wanted to read it before I said it, so I made sure that I gave him the right information.
Right.
He was so nervous. He never opened it, so he had to log in. He saw the email and was just like, nope. So there was a lot of steps. So y'all forgive me. I don't have opportunity to open. My paternity test was born. I seen it. I seen Zay and I was like, okay, well, JoJo, I'll take that one too. All right, so give me a break. It was my first time.
Right, absolutely. So yes, we did do that, and everybody had a lot of questions, so we just wanted to give a quick update. The number one question.
How are you, Doughboy?
I am doing just fine. Thank you for all your prayers, all of your well wishes that were sent from everybody. Because I know that we touched on the alcoholism thing.
Yeah.
And that was something that was really, really big as far as relapse. And I did get nervous. I ain't gonna hold you.
I ain't gonna hold you.
He had his phone off for Do Not Disturb. Luckily, I didn't have. You didn't have it off? Really? I bet if I was a pepperoni pizza delivery guy,
I meant to.
that phone would have been fully charged.
I checked in the morning like,
what if I would have been drunk?
I was sleepy. It was in my heart.
Kev,
Dog.
all seriousness. If you're gonna be on the kill switch list,
okay, but here's
it
the
has
thing.
to be. That was the biggest threat.
I know.
This is not a test.
I prayed for you, so God was like, bro, you good. But
get slumber.
You know what? I'm lying. I did hit clear. I took it off for that night.
Okay.
But little fun fact: somebody hit me. And there's certain people that you can remove from your Do Not Disturb. Like
Really?
everybody Do Not Disturb, but like
except for me.
So your wife, your kids, whoever,
Right.
you can list certain people that you never want to miss a call from.
Put me on that list.
Okay,
Because you're on my short list.
That's why
of people.
somebody hit me up today and was like,
Okay.
"This is how you do it." They had just listened to the pod,
Wow,
the
okay.
potty.
Okay.
So I'm going to put you on it.
Don't ever call it the potty again.
I said it. I was trying to give it a
I
nickname.
looked at you like, did you want to clear it up?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I just try to blur past it.
I got you.
Okay.
So, to be fully honest, it was a difficult time.
I
I
imagine.
was very much in my feelings. I was a ball of emotion after I got off the phone.
Yeah.
So yes, but what I have learned in my in my experiences with alcoholism and kind of where I feel like I'm growing a little bit, I knew that I could go and drink to try to calm this down.
Yeah.
But I know now that it's not going to fix anything.
Drinking.
So that's being a little steps in the right direction because
That's good though.
I'm
to
like,
realize
this is not
like
going to do anything.
that's not gonna solve your problem.
Right.
It may delay it for a night.
It really doesn't even do that. It really just puts you in a real like inebriated phase for some time, and then you got to come out of it. Then you got to So I honestly did think about drinking, but I was just like, bro, what are you gonna like? You ended up in rehab 2 times in 6 months. This is gonna make everything worse because now on top of everything, you're gonna have to start your clock back over. You're gonna have to,
and that's a problem too.
And once I get in the water, I swim. That's my metaphor for life. Don't worry about me when I'm in the water. Just try to keep me out of the water.
Joe Boy's sobriety when he relapsed. This is not funny, but
it is now.
Yo, dude, when he relapsed one time, he went to a Super Bowl party a couple years ago. Said, Kev, all I said, I'm going to babysit a beer. And I woke up in somebody's front lawn.
On the front lawn, passed out, and had missed the entire second half of a classic Super Bowl.
That was a
Patriots. I passed out. It was 28-3. I woke up. They was winning. I was like, oh. So, yes. And the other time I relapsed was at a wedding.
Oh yeah, that was Matt. That was your boy.
My boy's wedding. I ain't gonna say his name, but I ended up. So yeah, so I was nervous, but what I've learned in this time is that man, ain't nothing worth your sobriety. Like,
no,
pick yourself up, pray about it, know that it's gonna hurt.
Pickle yourself up.
It just tickled you, didn't it? You're a dork.
It was so trash though.
It was. You loved it.
Every time you talk, I'm thinking of words that I can throw food in there.
I know.
Oh yeah.
So that's the biggest part. So yes.
So how are you and old girl?
Okay, so now we're talking about old girl. The first conversation, I was mad.
Keep it 1,000.
I ain't gonna hold you.
What did you text her once we cut the camera off?
So I sent her the text.
The screenshot
with the these emoji. Like, fam.
Let me tell you what. I don't know whose it is, but I know whose it's not.
Whose it's not. So you want to talk about this? So the first conversation, she was very apologetic. So
hold on, it's not.
That's my bad. That ain't really something you can say my bad about. Like, my bad.
I got y'all on the next possession. But did she run backstage in her own life?
Nobody's chasing you, man. But no, so at first.
But all jokes aside, I feel like it would be embarrassing.
It was embarrassing.
Because she, like I said on the pod,
right?
She had to be certain to allow you to record it live.
Absolutely.
So to find out not live, but so to find out afterwards that it's not, now she knows, okay, crap. Right. And 2, I already gave this man permission.
Right. But so the first conversation, I kind of went off. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I was like,
you wasn't saved? You was more ratchet than righteous?
Ratchet came out. Because I was mad, I was hurt, I was embarrassed. And then
it's a dangerous combination for a man.
So then about 2 weeks later, we were able to talk. We actually just talked yesterday, I think, for the first time. After now, time has passed. I've been able to calm down. We had to actually.
Oh, because that's like 2 weeks ago now.
So 2 weeks ago.
This.
Exactly. So we recorded this. It was about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 weeks old now. So yeah. So about 2 weeks ago. So when I talked to her yesterday, it was a much more level-headed conversation.
Right.
We were able to part as friends. A lot of people were asking about, did I sign the birth certificate? No,
he ain't do that.
We were gonna wait until we found out the paternity.
Smart move.
The baby will be keeping the first and the middle name and not the last name. So, and
Fair enough.
Her and I will remain friends. We're cool.
How close of friends? Because you know what happened the first time.
Friends. What this has taught me more than anything is the same year that I was trying to get by myself last year. I need to go ahead and give it to myself.
And condoms are?
For logical people.
Yeah.
And I want my best to try to just chill out. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna make it a whole year celibate, but I'm gonna try.
I'm
gonna just try.
This is the thing. I commend you therefore, brethren, for trying.
Right.
But if you're gonna do it, condoms.
Right, exactly. So
if you're gonna be dumb, don't be stupid.
That is a bar. Say that one more time. Say that one more time for the people at home that didn't hear you.
You're going to be dumb.
Don't be stupid.
I can't think of another decision you can make so quickly that can have, outside of crime, but sex acts generally under 5 minutes, maybe an hour.
Yeah.
The result of that
Yeah.
Lifetime decision.
Absolutely.
Lifetime. I had 2 sexes. They still at the house. Two sexes is sex 1 and 2.
Sex 1, sex 2. No, that's
they
definitely.
be at every morning with the cereal.
Absolutely. And then also, too, we don't even be understanding that STDs are real and they're out there. There were some questions in there as well. Go get tested. I did.
Did you?
Yes.
After?
Yeah.
When did you get tested?
Because I have physicals now. I actually have benefits that I utilize.
When did you get tested?
Last time I got tested was the last week of November.
Really?
Yes. I can show you, too. I'm out
Did they
here.
find gravy in your kit? Some man got gravyitis, hamaria.
Wow, really? Oh, that's what makes you break your silence, cameraman? The hell with you. But nah, so
He
to
got
put it all,
HIV hams in very large quantities.
really? You just added wild extra letter.
I had to get the rest.
So yeah, so in a nutshell, the mother and I were cool. We're gonna part as friends. And she actually watched the podcast and she was like, "Thank you."
Wait, hold on. Let's go back to tested.
Yes.
How often should you get tested? I've never been tested for STD.
They say twice a year.
Twice a year?
Twice a year.
Okay.
Right.
I had never had unprotected sex with somebody I wasn't married to, and I ain't been tested ever.
You've never been tested? Even when you go get physicals, you don't be like, just do all my blood work?
I don't be getting physical.
Really? You don't get physicals?
I ain't proud of it.
You don't get physicals? I just started getting.
I ain't gonna look at you in the eye.
Let's make sure that we talk about. Go get physicals. Like black people for sure. Like we don't ever want to. Why we be acting like we don't want to talk to a doctor? Well, you need to start going.
I'm not even afraid.
No, and we're at that age now where actually I'm closer
need to get
to
that
it.
prostate.
Exactly.
Somebody got to say, hello.
Hello.
What's up? Well, good morning. Nice to meet you.
Good morning, Vida.
Oh, yeah.
So,
But
yes,
I need to.
You should.
I should.
It's good. Just get your. And you know what I learned recently too?
What?
We should give blood. If you give away blood, it helps generate new blood. I don't know. I digress. But back to old girl, just to put a button on it. Everything is cool. The baby is doing fine. Oh, and that's the last question too. She has contacted the father.
Oh.
She knows who it is. And
process elimination. Okay, for sure. It ain't.
Yeah,
okay, got
so
it. I know
they're good now, and they're doing their thing. So best of luck to them. And I thank you to everybody that
you dodged a bullet of life.
I did, man.
Isn't that how God works? Sometimes you, amen, you deserve the consequences. But God's grace spares you from the consequence that you deserve. Because you made the decision that you should have had that consequence.
I should have. I did everything to get it. And God.
Sometimes God's like, look, bro,
bro.
I wonder if God just be like, bro, y'all be so dumb.
Sit down.
Because, okay, you know when your kids, right? You're a father. You know when your kid does something, you just be like, what were you?
Why would you even?
Why would, like, I know my kids have done stuff where I'm just like, I want
to know what you were thinking.
I want to know what process happened in your mind where you said,
this is what I should do.
I'm gonna tell you what my son did yesterday, and this is a very low thing. I was just confused. Okay, my kids do not put their shoes in the closet, hallway closet, all the way. They just put them where the door closes. Right?
This is such a simple thing. Like you're already doing it.
So I tell my kids, "Hey, man, the closet's not closing. Put your shoes in a way that the closet will close." I come out to drink some water. My man Joe took his shoes out of the closet, closed it, and put his shoes outside the closet door. In the living room.
Those are your kids, and they have your sense of humor.
Fam. He said, "Well, I mean, you
technically
said take them away so the closet can close." Obviously, I'm saying to put them back. You didn't, but did you say that? He didn't say none of this. He just was
his
like,
face said, but
his face was like, I mean, if you want to be clear,
what you said,
I'm gonna just go to bed though, because I see the way you looking. This ain't really make, but you didn't say.
Right.
So I'm just like, what in your mind was like, oh, no problem. I'll put them on the outside, and they'll be the only thing in the living room floor.
They just sitting there.
So I know God. I mean, how many times in our life have we put our clothes on? Oh my God. Come on. Close the closet door. I know we be doing stuff, and God be like, bro, I promise y'all.
I know.
Have y'all heard about Noah?
I know.
Sodom and Gomorrah. Don't think I won't do it again.
I be knowing I get on God's nerves.
For sure.
I have to.
No, me too.
I get on my nerves. I told myself to shut up the other day, and I was alone. Like I said, I was like, just shut up. why are you saying things? But it was to me. So I can only imagine how my friends feel or God. Like, bruh.
I feel like God just be like, can you imagine if you hit God and he just leaves you on red? Fam,
I can't got time.
I don't have time for, oh my God, why I create him? He dumb though. Kev is dumb. So anyway.
So that's a good on that. And then the last thing that I will say about this, because some people were like, don't worry, Doughboy, one day you'll be a father. I am a father. I have a whole teenage daughter. She's 13 and her name is Kiara. So
right.
I have a daughter. So yes.
Yeah, and also shout out to y'all. There was genuine care
and
from y'all.
I felt the love. So let me make sure I say thank you to everyone who took the time. I got a lot of inboxes. I got a lot of messages from people. Yeah. Thank you all. I appreciate that so much. And thank you for every prayer that was said for us. We love y'all.
All right. So now we're finna hop into this stuff. How much time have we been doing, Josh? 15 already, a hot 15. Thank you, Cleveland.
Feel me.
Good night. So we want to have a conversation. This is gonna be tough.
Can I give a disclaimer before this one too?
I'm
already uncomfortable talking about it,
as you should be,
and I just want to not offend anyone. So let's be very
Who you mean? Who do you not want to offend?
Just because I know we're about to talk about a lot of stuff that has to do with like sex and stuff. I just get nervous. I'll be like, I know that we joke around and stuff, so I'm on pins and needles this episode. I do not want to say the wrong thing. So go ahead, intro the topic.
So here's the thing.
Kevon.
Surviving R. Kelly dominated the weekend.
Bruh.
Okay, 6 parts on Lifetime. Highest rated thing they've ever had.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Highest rated thing they've ever had. Scores of victims talking about their experience with the monster known as R. Kelly. Okay. Yeah. Now, one of the things that we had, and I talked about this. I have a long video about Surviving R. Kelly that I made after the first night. I woke up and I was.
Oh, you hadn't even watched all 6 of them?
Just 1 and 2, and I was in a tizzy. Okay? I was in a tizzy, and I was mad at myself too, and I had to keep it 1,000 with myself because, and this is why I want to talk about Drake.
Okay.
R. Kelly
we gotta talk about Drake.
Yes, and Drake. Doughboy loves Drake.
This is gonna be difficult.
Favorite artist by far, favorite rapper. But when I first heard the R. Kelly rumors, I continued to consume his content, his music,
I did too.
Like I didn't hear what I heard.
Right.
And what I don't want to do is make that same bad decision.
Right.
So Drake, whom Doughboy loves. Here's the thing. First, we're gonna play you this video. This is what made me be like, now, Doe.
You called
time
me.
to have a conversation.
And you sent it.
No,
I
text you.
I didn't even want to watch it.
I said, and that's your boy. Okay. Play you this video of Drake from I think 2006, I believe.
Yeah, he was 23 at the time.
23, so 2000 or maybe 3. Six.
No, 2008.
2008. Okay.
2008. Wow.
So about 10 years ago, playing this video of Drake at a concert. He's having an interaction with a 17-year-old girl. If you guys are listening to the podcast and you haven't seen it, the link will be in our YouTube video on Facebook. So here, watch this. Okay, so what happens is 17-year-old girl is on stage. Drake is hugging her. He's kissing her. He asks her how old you are. Okay. 17. Oh, I don't want to go to jail. He's 23 at the time. She's underage.
Right.
Okay, legal age 18 in most, legally 18 in most states.
Right.
Morally should be 18. Okay,
Everywhere.
if it's not legal. I think in some states it's 16, but 18 across the board, you're good. Okay,
Right.
and sometimes even 18s are like, oh man, come on.
What are you
but-
doing? There shouldn't be a teen on anything.
Shouldn't. Well, I mean, if it's 19 and you're 20, that I understand.
Right.
But 17 and 23, that's
ain't
high
gonna
school
hold you.
age and not high school age.
Right.
So he hugs her. How old are you? 17. Why do you look like that?
You know what? That was the part. I was actually hanging out with a female friend of mine, and we were watching that. And when he said that, it struck a nerve in her instantly. Like, oh my God. Yeah, we were just hanging out. She was just like, oh my God, dudes used to talk to me like that all the time.
Right.
When I was like, when he said, why you look like that? And he even like changed his voice like on
Drake?
Yeah.
Like,
why
I was
you
going to
look
do
like
something.
that?
Yeah, it was.
You thick.
It
like,
was creep.
but then
Central. But it gets worse. It gets worse.
So at first I was like, well, maybe he's at a concert. He's assuming you got to be 18 to get in. So anybody he feels that comes on the stage is at bare minimum 18.
Right.
Okay. So then when he found out she was 17,
then he said, I like the way your
like the
breasts feel
felt
on my body, on my chest.
and then he kissed her again.
And then he kissed her 3 times. Now, here's my thing. How old are you? 17.
Get her
I
off the stage.
apologize.
Exactly.
You should not be up here.
Right. My bad.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Right.
That's my bad.
And then let it go. Then
take her off the stage.
right.
How can you do that? Now, here's the thing, though, okay? Because that's just one video. And I don't want to...
There's another one?
No. That's just one thing.
Okay.
So I don't want to accuse anyone of anything.
Right.
But nothing happens in a vacuum, my wife always says. Then there's this Bella Harris thing, this model that Drake's been linked to.
That's not the Stranger Things girl, is it?
No, that's the final nail in the coffin. Bella Harris, 16 years old, mysteriously photo with Drake since she was 16, 17. I think she's 18 now, but they got pictures going back and some stuff that you should not be chilling with.
Like how were the pictures? Like, do we have?
It wasn't like there was articles linked. Is Drake dating this person? He had a song called Teenage Fever, I think. Now, I don't know that song. Do you know what the lyrics are about?
No.
Okay, I've never heard the song, but he was linked to her. And I'm not saying they're whatever, but
Right.
But when you add them together, and the first thing that I ever heard about was his relationship with Millie Bobby Brown,
And
who
that's
was
the girl from Stranger Things.
She's like 13 or 14. She says on a red carpet.
What about your relationship with Drake? Tell me about your friendship. How did this all come about?
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just text each other the other day, and he was like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more." He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna go and see him. I'm so excited. Yeah.
You and Drake? That's awesome. That's awesome.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys, he helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love
What's
him.
his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
That alone, any of those alone is inappropriate. All 3 together sounds like a pattern. And this goes into the same thing with R. Kelly. Now you have what is he doing? Why is he being linked?
Then the questions start. Right.
It's time to have a conversation about Drake.
Well, first off, I think it is unfair to lump him in with R. Kelly.
I never lumped him in.
So, but I know that we had said is Drake the new R. Kelly.
Okay, fair enough. But here's my thing.
Okay.
Because what I mean by the new R. Kelly, are we giving him a pass for doing inappropriate stuff because of who he is? That's what I mean by I'm not accusing Drake of being the monster that R. Kelly was. Right. But I am saying, are we giving him a pass and not holding him accountable because of who he is when he has some, at least we can say there's some questionable activities with girls that are under 18.
Because if he worked for the DMV, we'd be like, who is this creepy guy doing this?
Yes. But because he makes fire songs and stuff? Are we giving him the same pass from accountability that we gave to R. Kelly?
It's difficult for me to talk about because, you know, I'm a very, 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 very big fan of Drake, but gotta hold people accountable for the things. It doesn't look good.
No.
I think that they when you unpack them all individually, they all have their own set of circumstances to why they're not cool. With him on the stage, and I'm never giving him a pass for anything, but with him on the stage, you can make the argument that he's on stage, he's performing, he's trying to spin this,
but no,
and it happens in real time.
No. And I'm gonna tell you why.
But let me finish.
No, I know.
Okay,
because if he did all that stuff and then asked how old you were,
right?
Maybe, but asking how old you were,
and then to do the other stuff,
and then to still kiss her.
Yeah, he shouldn't have kissed her.
Even talking about the way she, bro. If you're underage, I'm like, oh,
watch out, right? Because it's probably already weird enough. It's probably like, oh, watch out, yo, I'm so sorry. That's how it should have been handled.
But no, it was more. Dang, if only it's that vibe. Then it's 3 kisses and 1 on the mouth. Nah. Okay, and I hate that we always have to do that, but your daughter sneaks into a Drake concert. You giving him a pass if it's your baby? 17-year-old, no. Why we always got to do that? Why we always have as men? Well, if it was my daughter, but it shouldn't have to be your daughter for it to be wrong. Shouldn't have to be your aunt, your mother.
I'm nervous like you was when you almost had to fire me.
Listen, man. Here's the thing.
You're right. No, you're right.
The R. Kelly thing. If it showed me nothing else,
right?
There was not enough people looking out for these girls.
This is true.
R. Kelly's whole team engaged in pretty much a sex trafficking. They procured these girls. They bought them flights. They set them up. They prevented them from leaving. They hushed them up with money and fear tactics. And then us, the viewing public who heard about this, was just like, yeah, but Ignition. And here's the crazy part.
But Ignition?
Every time R. Kelly had a big sting,
he always knew to come with a really good record.
And he's trying to release music now. He trying to be like Trapped in the Closet and Ignition.
And those were all after. Those were while he was still waiting for trial.
Bro.
I didn't even realize that his trial got postponed for 6 years.
I did not realize that.
That's crazy.
And we just blew those victims off, bro. Like
we did.
We didn't give them no care.
We did. And and just to be very, very honest, we're all wrong for that.
I own my part.
I own it. I was wrong for that.
15 years went by where we didn't
say nothing.
We didn't even care.
And they were touching on that in the documentary too. I mean, because it's just like it's with me, and this is an analogy that I always use when I talk to people. I'm a very musical person. I tell one of my biggest metaphors is that I always have a DJ in my head, and he plays music according to what's happening. So if I'm sad, I'll hear a sad song in my head. If I'm happy, and so music to me a lot of times has watermarkers in my life. If I hear certain songs, I can remember exactly where I was in certain places. And I love his music. Like TP2.com is probably my favorite R&B album in the world. So I really look up to him musically. I really look up to the things he does. And it becomes difficult to separate and learn how to love a person but hate what they did or what they're accused of.
I saw an interesting tweet about that because, black men, we get and a lot of time, rightfully so, homophobic. We are homophobic.
We are.
Right? So now a lot of people have been like, I can't separate the art from the music. I can't separate or I can separate the art from the music. He made this music and, he's this person. I can separate it. Now, I said that why it's hard for me is because his music is about sexual acts and more than likely inspired by sexual acts with underage girls. I can't separate that. Right. But what was interesting, remember when Frank Ocean came out and black men, I can't, he gay now, thinking about you, what is that about? That was on some gay stuff. I can't separate the art from the music. So we can only separate it if the person's gay. Now you can't separate it because I heard black men left and right was canceling Frank Ocean because that song maybe even about a man. Right. I can't separate it. But now R. Kelly, separation. I'm on your head today, man, because I feel like we ain't protecting women like we should, and we definitely ain't protecting black women like we should.
Okay. So then let me also ask you this, because this is what I want to ask you when we were talking about it 2 seconds ago, and I didn't, but then it came back in my mind. You said a very, very important point. So back to Drake with the girl, 17 years old. Now, let's just say they're in one of the states where the age of consent
is 16.
Is 16. Are we still looking at him like this? Is it still you're a monster if he's technically not even breaking the law?
Well, here's the thing for me.
Let's just say for this devil's advocate for this play, let's just say that they're in a place at that concert where the legal age of consent is 16. Do we still feel as uncomfortable watching him do this video?
Yes, I do. Okay. Here's why. If you have no problem with it, then why would you say, oh, snap. Right. Wow. He didn't say, how old are you? 17. Anybody know the legal age for consent in this age? If you respond like that, that tells you he feels like there's something wrong with this, right? Outside of it being 6 age, like I'm a big proponent of age is if you're like 25, 30, all that stuff, and you're a person 6, 7 years old, that's one thing. When you're 17, the person's 23, that's a bigger jump. When you're underage, to me, underage is. And
there's so much of a difference in being 17 and being 23.
If you can't buy cigarettes, you can't vote, you can't join the military, you can't rent a car by yourself, then maybe a man shouldn't be kissing you in the mouth. True. Whether it's 16 or 18.
This is another thing that I want to bring to the light.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me say on that same thing, because I've seen a lot of people blaming the girls in the R. Kelly. She's fast, this and that. It's a adult's responsibility to know I shouldn't be doing this. If you were driving and you got a 3-year-old and they're like, let me sit in the front seat with no car seat. True. Are you gonna be like, well, these kids was trying to, the kids was trying to do? You'd be like, bro, you don't even know what's good for you. Okay. I'm protecting you. Sit your butt in the back seat in your car seat or whatever.
So this is where sometimes the lines can become blurred. Let me ask you this. This is because this hits closer to home because I have people in my life that I know that have been sexually assaulted. So it's a very touchy subject. But I want to bring to light this. Okay. Now you said if a person's underage, they should not be able to make decisions on their own. They shouldn't be held accountable for that, right? They're children, right? In a sense, right? Okay. I have a person in my family. I won't even say who it was. Person in my family at the age of 17 shot somebody. Young kid, and he didn't kill the person. It just, it was some things that happened. He shot a person didn't die. 17 years old, 37 years to life.
Yep.
So he's 17. So now you're saying, oh no, you absolutely know what you're doing. But if it's another person and they're 17 years old, now they're a child and they're a victim. So
your person was tried as an adult?
As an adult.
Okay.
At the age of 17. I have countless friends who have done crimes under the age of 18 that get tried as adults. So I guess I'd be trying to look for the consistency in the
I don't think there's
in the dialogue of how it goes, because it should just be more black and white than that as well.
The problem is when it comes to sexual assault and consent, you're having a person who's underage engaging with a person who's above age. Right. So for that crime to happen,
you put it on the older person.
Yes. And the older person should, I won't be held accountable. And I don't even necessarily think that your person should be tried as an adult for a crime if they're not an adult. Right.
But that happens a lot.
Yeah. But so this is what I think it's called whataboutism. Okay. And this is what I hate. So R. Kelly is going wrong. People, what about this person and that person? Right. All the people who do the crimes like this should all be like So people were using the example. R. Kelly got off from the crimes. Okay, and so did George Zimmerman. Does that mean it's right? Because there's a lot of people who should have been convicted, and aren't. That doesn't mean they are right. Right. You can beat a case for a reason other than you being guilty or innocent. Right. OJ beat the case. That doesn't mean he didn't commit the crime. Right. You know what I'm saying? But also there's times when people are actually right. But there's a lot of people who are not in jail who should be.
Truthful. And I guess, and with me, when I'm asking, I'm not saying like, I'm just trying to get a level of consistency on how we look at all of these things. Yeah. And I just think that I think if nothing else, what this did for me, like when I was watching the R. Kelly thing, it came to a point because it was hard for me to watch it. Just to hear those things that were happening. Like I have a daughter, I have a mother, I have a sister, I have nieces. So it was hard for me to stomach and sit and watch it. But then what I came to the conclusion of was that they had to go to those links because we as a culture and as a society just don't seem to be able to man up and be like, this dude is a freaking monster and he needs to be canceled.
Yes.
And then that's why I felt bad for all the little black girls out there. All that I just kind of felt like they were voiceless.
Yeah.
And that, so then that made me kind of even scale back the whole, what about? It's like, no, we're talking about this man right now.
Yeah.
I will never support him again on anything he ever does because of what he has done to young women. I don't care how good the music is. I don't care how great it made me feel
and
nostalgic.
That's the thing. I'm gonna tell you.
We got to stand up at some point.
I'm gonna tell you why we gotta own our part. The reason the record label didn't disown him then is because we was still buying the music.
Now that's another thing we got to talk about. Since this happened over the weekend, somehow his streams have gone up. How?
Streams and purchases. So I heard a lot of people like, oh, well, I was streaming it to listen to his lyrics to do that. Okay, whether that's true or not, debatable. You went and bought that. You can't unbuy music.
Right.
So there has been countless people who said, I watched this and I don't care. I like this music so much. And a lot of the people that I saw were the same color and gender of his victims. That just goes
That
to
was
show,
so disheartening
man,
to see the courtroom where, and then he was recruiting new girls at the trial.
The one girl was at his trial for sexual assault for underage, and he was like, "Thank you for coming to the trial. Also, what's your number?"
Yeah, come over to the party. It's very damaging.
The thing that the internet has shown me, and I don't think this is just because of the internet. I think the internet has just shown us because we can share. There's certain things that people are going to do that you are never going to understand.
Yeah.
The fact that people can be like, I don't care about none of that. I'm going to listen to what I want, which is his music. And there was a whole like unfriend R. Kelly sympathy.
People was like, if you supporting R. Kelly, you're getting blocked today. I'm like, geez, people
I get it, man, because I'm like,
but I just
that means we on some other. Maybe we aren't friends.
Yeah.
Because if you openly like, I don't care, man, but this is my because when I after I finally figured in my mind that.
But hold on, but do you understand that it's 2019 and we're just getting to this point of, well, now I'm done. It took this documentary,
and some people
he got tried for this in 2002.
And some people listened to the documentary and was just like, and I ain't done.
That's just.
But that ain't my cross to bear. If you want to still support
that's
him,
on you. Your thing.
I will not.
I cannot.
And I will speak up against it. So before we go off R. Kelly, I want to talk about one more thing.
All right.
Chance, the rapper, was apologizing for doing a song with R. Kelly, and I think Chance was 22 at the time. Okay. And he was apologizing on the Rolling Stone article, and he was like, basically, I think I still did this because I didn't listen to or didn't value. I think he used the word value. I didn't value the accusers. And we dragged him, or he got dragged again on Twitter.
People be getting dragged a lot.
So do you think Chance was rightfully dragged for his trying to understand, or I don't know what to call it, an apology, but his statements? Do you think he was rightfully dragged?
No. I don't think he should have been dragged. Well, yes. I don't know.
You don't want to say the wrong thing?
I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it's like, and I hate to do the what about, but R. Kelly has been working with the who's who in the music industry
and
for
some people in gospel.
And you can even say since 2002, like he was performing at the Olympics, like
not even since 2002 though.
Bro,
last year.
Jay-Z was doing albums with him. Like everybody worked with him, and we all listen. We're all wrong.
We are all complicit.
We are all wrong. We all need to repent.
Here's the thing about Chance. I think as a person, you can take Chance's comments and be upset,
right?
Because the realization that
he really took a chance on saying that, though. See what I did? We had to lighten this up a little bit.
We do.
It's heavy.
He can't win.
Right. That's why it's better to just not say anything.
Well, no. I think sometimes it's better to apologize knowing you can't win.
Right.
And sometimes the honesty of, I just didn't care.
Right.
That stings. And you can be mad at Chance for that. I think we do have to give people who want to learn and grow the opportunity to when they genuinely are trying. Because when you watch a video with Chance, you can see he's trying to figure out, like, man, why did I
say that?
Why did I
just think when
work
they
with
ask you
Kelly
certain
thing?
questions, you just don't know what to say.
Fair.
You don't know.
And you don't know. And I think in my eyes, in that moment, he was like, maybe, and that, to hear the honest truth of what we kind of already thought, that's very sobering. And I think if you are him and you know you're going to get killed for saying that, you know, you got to take those lumps. But I think people should be able to be hurt by those statements and understand somebody who, there's a difference between, I don't want to apologize, but I have to, so there, I'm sorry.
Right.
And you know what? I don't know why I did this. Maybe this is why I'm sorry. I want to be better. Right. We can't cancel both people with
we gotta
reckless abandon.
Stop canceling people. For
I think
one.
we have
like,
because of the internet.
It's gotta be a different way.
Okay, here's what I want to. Since we have these chairs, I always want to do this.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I was gonna let you do it, but I was just like, I weirdo.
Here's the thing. I think there's this thing about growth, right? So I always talk about this. Michael Jordan was, if his entire career existed on social media, we'd have a totally different view of him.
Absolutely.
Because he was trash teammate. He was
a jerk in real life.
Punching Steve Kerr
wearing
in the mouth.
hoop earrings. It's all the like.
all type of stuff, right? So when you're someone like Chance, who's been famous for the last 5, 6, 7 years.
And wildly liked by everyone. You never really find anybody who has anything negative to say about Chance.
And I think a part of the reason people just don't like when there's people at ADD who are like, I don't like Chance because everybody like him. D2 not. I need you a little dirt under your fingernails. So I think people like Chance who are young, they have to grow up in real time. And you need people to keep you accountable, call you out, say this is like luckily, like my wife, man, I'm still growing. Honestly, I made a stupid mistake yesterday. I'm not going to talk about it.
What did you do?
I just said I'm not going to talk about it. I'll tell you off the camera. But my wife was like, stop what you are doing. Stop. Luckily, I caught it and whatever, but, that could have turned out
ugly.
I just downloaded all my tweets from Twitter.
Really?
To scrub through them and see, but it was.
How do you do that?
There's a button on your Twitter account that you can do, like download archive. But bro, when I had a regular job,
I used to say
I wasn't saying wild stuff. I was just tweeting all day. So I was looking at the tweets. I was like, bro, first of all, shut up.
To you?
Shut up to me. Bro, I'm like, bro, you wasn't talking about a doggone bit of nothing. But I want to go through before I blow up.
Did you have to delete anything?
Bro, I looked through the first couple of pages. First of all, it was like 60,000 entries. Like I couldn't even import it into my computer because the pages thing was like, bro, this is 100,000 things. Like I think I have 100,000 tweets.
What do you be talking about?
Nothing. Absolutely.
Like how is that? You have 100,000 things to say?
Joe, I'm trying to find it on Twitter now. They don't even really say it anymore. How many tweets you have? But it was 100,000 entries.
What was some of the stuff you was talking about? Barbecue brisket. You are my love. What a French kiss you when I get home. It's brisket, Kevin. What were you talking about 100,000 times?
So the Love Hour, when I used to work at Boeing, I used to do the Love Hour on Twitter. Okay. And I would just imagine us talking in a podcast, but imagine that in tweet form. I used to ride a van to work. A commuter van.
You would tweet the whole episode?
Bro, I'm talking about I mean, just going and going and going. And then I was replying to everybody. I had hashtags. I used to play Taboo on Twitter, like stupid stuff. So I don't think hopefully I don't have anything crazy. But
I think about that from time to time because I used to be a heavy drinker. And sometimes, luckily, I just kind of got away from Twitter as the alcohol. I was just getting drunk and passing out. I had no time to be tweeting. But I know I would have said some things.
You were tweeting ham sandwiches.
Shut up.
At ham. What's
up?
But
this is the last thing I will say to put a button on this whole. I text ham sandwich. Are you up?
You tweeted them.
This is one thing that I will say about the entire thing, all together encompassed and put in the envelope.
Okay.
I feel like he is a monster. We should never support him. R. Kelly, he is a monster. I feel like there are other monsters in the industry, and hopefully we get them out of there too. But I think this opens up the conversation more to us being more attentive to things that are going on as far as it concerns young women and older men. Because this is something that's been coming out on Twitter a lot, and I remember seeing this too. When I was in high school, and this is a fact, this is not moving any of the guilt from R. Kelly, but this is a fact of what I seen in high school. Seen a lot of girls that used to get picked up by older guys. Guys that had cars. 22-year-old, 23-year-old dudes that would pick up freshmen. So I'm just saying, moving forward, this should be a learning spot for us all to start recognizing predatory behavior and putting it into it. So now it's not just if he's singing.
The first thing we got to do, that girl that gets picked up, we blame her first.
We shouldn't.
She fast.
Right. No, we shouldn't.
Right.
The onus is on the guy.
22-year-old man with car.
You're the weird guy.
Unless you are picking up your younger sister or brother.
Or relative.
Why are you coming to a high school?
Exactly.
First of all, let's cancel y'all. Y'all trash. Because same thing for me. I used to live on a military base. GIs would come get the brand new car, military 19, come right back to the high school.
What?
Pick up, man. GIs used to pick up girls, and we would just be like, and when you're 15 with no car, you can't compete with GIs.
I used to see dudes with drop top Mustangs come and pick up the baddest shit. You feel like I can't even say anything to her.
But let's at least shame them.
Shame those individuals.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Drake. Like, I don't want to accuse Drake. But let's just say, it's time to have a conversation.
It's time to start having a real conversation.
And maybe he was really trying to help the Millie Bobby Brown girl, but the Bible has a great phrase: "Don't let your good."
I'm gonna need you to know the quote before you start.
Don't let your good be evil. Don't let your hold on.
Really? You just started a quote?
I was strong and
You've
wrong.
been killing this episode, by the way.
Don't let your good be evil spoken. Yeah, I was right. Don't let your good be evil spoken of.
Oh, wow.
So maybe he is trying to help that girl. But when she says, I've been talking to Drake, bro, that's inappropriate.
Yeah.
That is inappropriate.
And you got to know that.
You know that.
This day and age, if the optics on it look funny, change the lenses.
Yes. If I see you at an award show, hey, big fan of your work on Stranger Things. Like, okay, there's some kid actors that I know, right? That are fans of mine, that are famous or whatever.
Right.
Never, ever would I be caught having text conversations with them.
Yeah.
Never. Can't do it. Won't do it.
Right.
You know, like, hey, love your work. I mean, on your public Instagram, great job on that episode. Congratulations on your new deal. You should never be. I should never be texting them.
Oh yeah.
And if they text me, we can't do that.
No, yeah, right.
We're not. Okay, so there was another video that was going low key viral. It was about Timbaland and Aaliyah. Do you see this one?
No, this is good.
About it.
This
is
heard
good.
About it. What I heard wasn't good, but go ahead.
He was saying, like, basically she was too young. And when I was 23, she was 17, and she was great. I was in love with her, but I could not be with her like that. I had to be like her big brother.
Oh, that's what he said?
Yeah, she was mesmerizing, but I can't even be caught like that. Right? Because we gotta stop. Even if the girl is, this is what I was saying. Like, people was like, what if these girls are coming on to them? Bro,
you're a grown-up.
You're an adult.
You're a whole adult.
I know if my kids are doing something they're not supposed to be doing, I don't expect them to know.
Right.
My kids don't understand why they can't have ice cream for breakfast. But I can't say, well, he was asking for, who am I? I'm an adult.
Right. You have to,
I should respect and care about you in a sense that you don't even know what you're doing is inappropriate.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, even if a little kid goes to hug you and they're short and their head is by your, genital. Hey. You can't hug me. Hey. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, they might not know.
Things that you would think are just common sense things. Right.
Bruh.
Right.
That ain't innocent.
Yeah.
So Drake, if you're listening to the podcast, you gotta chill. You gotta stop, bruh. If you ain't doing nothing wrong, God bless you. But your stuff, it ain't looking good in the light. Okay. 10 years ago, it ain't looking good. The videos of the stuff, the Millie Bobby Brown stuff, was this year or last year. I'm sorry, that came out. Let's learn from this.
Learn from it. Let this be a learning point.
Let this be a learning point.
Right.
That I'm not gonna hear rumors like this and then just continue to wildly support artists, because I'm not gonna feed into the engine that keeps them from being held accountable for their actions.
Hold them accountable.
You're doggone right.
Okay, let's lighten it up. So Tiffany Haddish got booed. I needed to, this has been serious on child paternities. Okay. Back to some less heavy stuff.
Tiff,
got booed.
Here's my thing. Go ahead.
Okay, first of all, shout out to Tiffany Haddish. I love Tiffany Haddish. Real. She's a person that I was going to say real good friend of mine. We ain't good friends, but I know her, and she's super cool.
And we used to, I remember when I first started ADD, I used to hit you like, let's get Tip.
Yeah.
You hit her, and she
was like, y'all ain't paying enough.
Because she was on Carmichael's show.
Right, yeah.
And we 150 at ADD
Yeah,
at the
like,
time. She got that probably per word.
Right.
Carmichael show. And
Right.
she was like, I'd love to, but I'm too busy.
But Tiff has always been super cool, super giving guys the game.
Before we get to her getting booed, why does she rub so many people the wrong way?
Hatred.
What?
Hatred.
I don't
Let me say
get
this.
it.
Let me say this, and
because I love.
In post, I want you to magnify it when I say this. The slander of our black women needs to stop now.
Okay, let me ask you something.
Now.
Let me ask you something.
Immediately.
Let me ask you something.
I thought you would have been more impacted by the
No,
way
I
said that
agree.
with my hands.
I agree 100%.
Because I'm over that narrative.
I saw this is not even what I'm asking you, but I saw this that was really interesting to me. I saw a tweet that said, "Okay, y'all. Usually when people don't like Tiffany Haddish, it's she's loud and ghetto, and she represents negative stereotypes of black women. Right? That's what people usually say.
Right.
So I saw a tweet with Tiffany Haddish. She's loud and ghetto, and y'all don't like that, but Instagram comedians on the internet mock black women, men too,
right?
And that's always funny,
right?
So when a real person does it, how is she wrong, but they're right?
She's not, and it's just disgusting. Like, it makes me so mad to see some of the OG comedians like talking bad about her. Like, it's like, bro, shut up. First of all, shut up.
Yeah. So
like,
Ryan Davis had a great video because when she took that L, and it was a capital L. You know, and
I've been booed before.
Tiffany Haddish bad set has nothing on my bad sets. Now, here's my thing. So people were saying Cat Williams, he was right. Ryan Davis put a video of Cat Williams looking like a doggone like he was having a break, shirt off, hair crazy, cussing at people,
like trying to perform
while he's supposed to be doing stand up.
Right.
I hadn't seen it before, but let's not. Every comic on God's green earth who's worth their salt
is gonna bomb.
Will tell you they have taken their healthy share of L's, and they're not always early in your career. Comedy is one of the fewest art forms that cannot be practiced except in front of a live audience.
Exactly.
Tiff been working stupid crazy.
I remember when she threw her wig off at the Def Comedy Jam back in '98. Like,
stupid crazy. She went not viral, but her star has risen so much in the last 2 years. How could she even have a chance to work out material? And here's the thing that she said, because I watched all the clips available.
Right.
She was basically like, man, I'm going through some stuff right now.
Right.
My family tripping. They're taking money. I'm covering a lot of people. I'm not feeling the love within my family.
Right.
And then I got to get on stage and perform and pretend to be happy. And I'm not in a good, bro.
And her star is so big now. She can't just go to regular open mics to work out material. Like, where does Tiffany Haddish even go to work out a new set?
And I'm nowhere near her level. I have a hard time going, and I don't have a hard time working out, but I have a hard time at this level in my career going out and people expecting a fire set every time.
Right. You can't just go out and just try something new. Sometimes you got to just kick the tires and see if something's going to work.
And you cannot do it without.
And on her level, she's sponsored by Groupon.
There was thousands of people in that show.
I am, and let me just.
You're not immune from a bad set, no matter how long. Dave Chappelle got booed, and
Charlie Murphy got booed at the same place I got booed at.
You
Rest
always
in peace.
say that.
This is the thing. Let me go back to.
You always want to be like, but Charlie Murphy too. I mean, I took my L. But
I got booed too.
Yeah.
And trust me, it's a very humbling experience. But let me go back to my manager hands about black women slander needing to stop, bro. It's so hard to be successful in this period. But black women have it the worst. It's so difficult. So it makes me want to throw up when I see people hating on, bro. If you don't like her, why can't it just be like, you don't like her, you just don't like her. Shut up.
Right.
Don't like her, don't support her, don't go to her shows. But when you get behind your keyboard and act like a warrior to type all this, I hate that.
Here's my thing. I don't like Carlos Mencia.
Okay.
His stand-up.
Okay.
He admitted to being a joke thief,
right.
and I don't like that because you're taking a premise somebody worked hard
so hard to
and
do,
you're just taking it.
Right, just because you can.
Just because you can, right? I never go out of my way to be like, and by the way, you know who I hate? Carlos Mencia.
Right, exactly.
I hate him. I don't. It just. But it seems like anytime, like when Carlos Mencia gets whatever project announced, I'm not searching for him.
Right.
But it's like no matter what happens to Tiffany Haddish.
Because you have your own life and your own set of goals that you're trying to work towards. You don't have no time to be sitting back dissecting anybody. And I've never really seen you hate on anybody.
Well, first
you
of
don't
all,
like things, you don't like things.
I'm not going to publicly bash, except Carlos Mencia.
Right.
But I'm not going to publicly bash people
right.
for no reason.
Right.
But I'm particularly protective of people who are my color,
bro.
And especially black. Bro, name any other black woman who's remotely close to what Tiff is doing in comedy.
None.
Right. So, bro, let her
her live. And if she had a bad set, she just had a bad set. Y'all don't. Everybody's not on their A game every day they go to work. Is she supposed to be different just because she's an entertainer?
I saw a really interesting angle on this.
It angers me.
Tom Brady, Hall of Fame quarterback,
right?
Whatever. In his Hall of Fame years and MVP, he still go out there and have games, 3 picks, fumble, lost.
All
the
of that.
game, we'd be like, man, that man had a bad game, right? And we forgive that in athletes. I mean, actors have bad movies late in there. Will Smith killing.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, he lays an egg with Wild Wild West. We don't cancel his.
And Bright.
Bright
was trash.
Well, success-wise. Oh, you mean as a movie?
The movie Bright was trash. It was trash.
I didn't hate it.
Oh, you're gonna say it's trash.
I'm not going to.
You don't think it was trash? No. It was a terrible movie. Okay,
it wasn't a great movie.
But go ahead. Back to what
but okay, so say it is trash.
Right.
Are you gonna, bro?
No,
Will Smith ain't never. He did it. He blacker than black bit. Do ba do ba do the blah ba do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but with her, it's like we just want.
That's how you think you would have sounded.
With her, we just want to make sure she.
You know what I'm starting to think it is. I'm starting to think that people on social media, they would like to feel like they control the narratives of someone's success or their failure.
So
that's really what you want to do.
So I saw this dude. He was being funny, but this is how we do it. Said Kevin Durant, he left his Oklahoma team and sided with the enemy, so I do not count his championships in my personal record book.
Shut up about your personal record book. Who cares? Who is consulting your personal record book? You dork. And you probably a dude that played basketball, didn't make it, and now you just sitting here talking about somebody. I have a serious problem with that.
Yes.
It makes me mad. And I used to like Cat Williams, but when he talked about her, I was just like, bro, I'm over you. You just coming off as old and bitter. And I just feel like it's tough enough to get on. 100 times harder to stay on. And then you got people that look like you that just want to just tear you down. And I feel like we're one of the only races that does that, and it makes me upset. I
don't think so.
I do think a lot of
white people tore Dane Cook into the trash.
But do the other comics tear him down?
Yes.
Publicly, did they?
Yes.
Well, I stand corrected.
They killed him.
Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
So it ain't just us.
So before we close out, we want to do something
a little new
for the potty.
The new. You gotta stop calling it the potty.
The vodcast. The VOD. Doughboy's an amazing freestyle rapper, so we need to name the segment first of all. So maybe we can use the people
call it the wrap up.
The wrap up, where Doughboy's freestyle abilities are tested.
Yeah,
we're gonna play a beat, and I'm going to try and stump Doughboy by just giving him random words that have nothing to do with each other,
and it has to make sense. So I can't just if you say like Foxy, I can't be like Foxy. Then Roxy, I gotta make it make sense.
You gotta bar.
Not just say the word.
Not just say the word. Right. And I try to stump him.
You try to stump me.
So should I play the beat?
You are stumpy, but try to stump me.
Should I write my words down ahead of time?
No, you don't have to. You could. You don't have to.
I'm gonna just.
Or just start looking around the room and just say stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna look around the room.
I was born for this. Right.
So should I play the beat first, or give you the first word, or how should this work?
Just play the beat. I'm gonna start rapping, and then as I start rapping, after I maybe get 4 bars in, then just throw the first word out.
Okay. All right.
You know what a bar is?
4?
It counts to 4. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3.
So you got a whole bar to use the word.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I want to give you a fair shot. Because if you trash, I'm gonna be. All right. Here we go.
All right.
The wrap up first edition. Zid Doughboy.
And shout out to my boy Day One. He produced this beat right here.
Day One beat. Yeah. Let's go from the top. Let's get it.
Yeah. Can they hear the beat? Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. You ready? It's
yeah.
Turn around. Here we go. I'm gonna start it when it turns around. Here we go. Here we go. It's Doughboy. You know I came a little bit too fast. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Dope boy on the mic. You know I'm about to spit it. When I start spitting, man, you know I ain't tripping. I'll be dipping. Man, all on the flow. You already know my name is D.O. When I get to spitting, then now give me a word. Grill. When to do with the throne for the reserve. When I do this thing, you know I do it real. If you look at my bottom teeth, you gonna see a grill. Yeah. When I do this tip topping, you know that I'm stopping and I hit you with a rocking and I'm rolling. And I'm still moving, going. You still know I got it moving, and then I know it.
Tripod.
When I be doing, oh my God. They see me when I'm rapping, put the camera on the tripod. I do it. I make it make a lot of sense. I run you out the hood, make you go and hit a fence like, you know, I'm still getting paid. I put on the lampshade to dim the light when I'm spitting it right, and you can get it tomorrow, you can get it tonight.
Lipstick.
You know I'm gonna spit this, rip this down and out just like lipstick. Red on your lips when you put it on. I don't even know, dope boy, you're about to come and shoot it on.
Light switch.
I'll be doing things, you know you like this. I make it get dark, hit the light switch, or turn it back on when I rap on. Dope boy be coming through when you know I get my Mac on, my snack on. Rap about Joshy, his last name Gonzalez, and you know he's brolic, and you know he wildin' when he be on the mic. That's my dude Joshy, you know he wanna fight, maybe.
Clemson.
When I be cold, you know I'm winning. Get up on a football team just like Clemson or Auburn or like Rolling Tide. Do it like this and you know I never hide.
Lip.
I got the easiest word I got stuffed on.
I saw Melissa's lip.
That was good.
That was great for a first one.
It was good.
I mean,
I'll be out here.
You be flowing.
And we're going to keep it going every time, but every time try to stop me.
So how about this? Next time I'll come up with 10 random words written on my phone. Because I was looking around and I was running.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so you do
so
that.
now it's time to stump me.
Now I got to stump you. Now, if you have been watching the Righteous and Ratchet podcast, you have seen Kevin has a calling on his life with words. He can turn anything into a message. If you've seen him perform his stand-up live, he has great bits on how he's turned Disney movies into sermons. So he said, "Dope boy, I like how I can stump you, but let's see if you can stump me. You give me a topic, and I'm gonna try to talk a quick lesson on."
So should I preach it like more than one thing or just one thing?
I think you should just take the analogy I give you and then just run from that.
So are you giving me one word?
I'm gonna give you one topic.
Okay.
And then
I have no idea.
Right, you have no idea.
Okay.
Okay.
So maybe in the future people can send you a topic and you can pick from there.
Yeah, so we would like to, and y'all can always send that to iamdoughboytv@gmail.com. That's
iamdoughboytvdinner@gmail.com.
All right, so Kev, because you can preach a lesson on anything.
Yes.
Preach
message. Well, you keep saying lesson. This ain't Sunday school.
Message. And how long do you want to go? You want to go like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or just?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
I ain't gonna time this.
Okay, because you did so well. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Okay, I am a tough act to follow. Okay, but we'll give you. I
am a tough act to follow.
Okay, here we go. We'll give you 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Taking out the trash. Go.
Hey, man, if you would open your Bibles to a certain chapter in Scripture. Amen. Sometimes, my God, you've got to understand that something you don't want to do, amen, must be done. Now, if you don't take out the trash, what will happen to your life?
Starts to stink.
You come into the house. You ever came into the house and you
what is that?
They're doing too much help.
I got you.
You open up the door and you say, "What is that smell?" The trash has not been taken out in your life. Now, allow me to go further. Amen. Now, the human body, when you go boo-boo, that is your body taking out the proverbial trash. Amen. You take the toxins out, all the stuff that's been digested and taken care of, and that's your body taking out the trash. Same thing when you pee. Amen. Now watch this. If you don't take out the trash in your body will be damaged. Oh my gosh. If you are constipated, your body is holding in toxins in your life. So if you don't remove the trash from your body, you begin to get sick. How many of us won't take out the trashy people in our life? Oh my God. Remove the trashy people who we want to hold on to them. And what you don't realize is the longer you hold on to the trash, the more you harm yourself. Oh my God. You got to cut them people out. You got to doo-doo them bad people out of your life. You got to pee them out. No, R. Kelly, man, I didn't want to say it, but he was peeing. But you don't want to do it like R. Kelly.
Time.
Do before you do something to your life. Amen. We're standing.
Wow, that was really good.
Come on. So next week,
we did not plan that. That's
no, I was like, try.
Yeah.
So next week we're gonna do the wrap up.
Yes, and we'll be more prepared. I'm gonna definitely stump you next week. So if y'all got some lessons that you want to see him
messages,
we'll call it 2-minute message.
All right.
You have 2 minutes to do it.
Remember Tony Baker's show on AJ?
Shout out to Tony Baker.
Shout out to T Bakes.
All right, we want to thank you guys. If you do nothing else, please share the video, like the video, comment, give us 5 stars.
No, hold on. The first thing we need you to do, whether you listen to the podcast or not, if you're just watching the video, like and share and subscribe and all that. But even if you're watching the video, go to Apple, rate the podcast, 5 stars only, or don't do it.
Right.
And comment on it, because that's how we rise in the ranking.
Right.
You rise in the ranking and advertisers are noticing you. Right. And your podcast is being
And download the podcast so we can be with you all the time.
Download it. Listen to it when you're on the treadmill, something you won't ever catch Doughboy doing. Download it. Or if you're listening on Facebook or YouTube, just like and share.
That's all we want you to do. Like
Tell
and share.
a friend.
Tell somebody.
Be a friend.
We have been Doughboy and Kevin, and we have been Righteous and Ratchet. Thank y'all for tuning in to another finger pistols, right? Appropriate. Okay.
Finger shotgun. Boom!
See y'all next week. Peace.